Hey guys, welcome back to Built by Habit, or if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. So now May has come. It's time to look back at the month that was. For me, April has been interesting. It's been filled with ups and downs, both my health and fitness journeys. Now, I don't pretend to be perfect, and actually, in all honesty, I'm pretty far from it. Now, I've talked about doing reviews of your goals, and that's what we're going to do here. So, where was I when April first began? I was at 111.5 kilos. And actually, I've been sitting there for about a week, just bouncing around between 112, 111 kilos. My weight loss had stalled, and it stayed stalled for another 2, 3 weeks after that. Now, I was feeling dejected. I mean, it was loss of progress. I mean, historically, I know that my weight loss does stall out. It usually holds off for about a week, maybe two. This was like 4 weeks where just nothing was shifting. It was just bouncing around that same bloody kilo again and again and again. At one point, I felt like I may as well just throw in the towel. But you know what? I couldn't do it again. But I did make mistakes, especially that last week. And that last week before I started getting back in track, I started off one of the worst habits I have, my late night snacking. I do it when I'm stressed or upset. So yeah, I know that I can be an emotional eater. I mean, I got myself up to 145 kilos at one stage in my life. I know I've got some bad habits. I do a lot better with them nowadays, but they're still there. They're part of who I am. Why was I doing that? Well, to be honest, I have historically thought, gotten to a point where I was eating to a point where I felt like I might have over restricted. So I decided I need to eat more. Sometimes that's helped in the past. But back then, yeah, I was definitely undereating in that stage. Now, was that what happened this time? No, that was not it. Not at all. What did I do? Simple. I got my head on straight. I buckled down and I went back to doing the work. I got back on plan. I had to stop my nighttime snacking and I had to focus on choosing my eating times. Basically, I implemented intermittent fasting. Kind of. I mean, I just kind of decided when I stop eating rather and focused on eating 2 meals a day. For me, that's a great way to get myself back into place. All right, 2 meals a day and coffee. A couple of cups of coffee, two, three during the day. For me, that's not much. Historically, my coffee has been ridiculously high. Probably averaging about 11 to 13 cups a day as a teenager. I do not recommend that for anyone, but that's another story. Now, for me, switching to 2 meals a day just meant I was able to having to focus on my nutrition. And I had to make sure that I was doing that right. 3 meals a day, I can balance things out quite well. But when I know that I'm trying to snack and overeat and whatnot, I need that little kick just to get me in the right mindset. 2 meals a day does that for me. And I just make sure I was having a good balance of proteins, vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and carbs. Now, I choose to eat plant based, and I've been doing that for a few years. It works for me. If it's not your style, that's okay. You gotta kind of figure out what works for you, what doesn't. So, through meals such as tofu stir fries, spicy tempeh wraps, and having just small, controllable snacks of fruit, I was able to make sure I was balancing out nutrition for myself, making sure to hit my chosen protein goal. I, on average, try to get about 120 to 140 grams of protein a day, and that's just me. Now, I also kind of cut it back on as many unhealthy fats as I can, my trans fats, my saturated fats, and I just try to focus on healthy fats. So this generally means I don't cook with a lot of oil and a lot of sugars and stuff like that. So that's just kind of how I've developed my cooking, and I find that it really does work for me. Now, in saying that, plant-based, where this can be hard in the sense of the idea of what people say for carbs, I do try to minimize my processed carbs. Um, Basically, reducing breads and pastas and stuff like that. Uh, this is one of two reasons. One, the less processed stuff in my diet, the more I can really feel like I'm focusing on nutrition. Part of that is just mental fortitude. Secondly, those foods are very high caloric foods. So, by reducing those types of carbs, I can reduce calories. That's just a limit of control that I put into things. So, yeah, I'll do my noodles with, say, my stir fries, I should say, sorry. I do my stir fries with Slendian noodles rather than pasta, Hokkien noodles, and stuff like that. So, for me, that's how I focus on things. Yes, I do track calories myself, especially when I am focusing on weight loss. Now, I can be quite rigid with my tracking. I weigh everything, I put it into things, I cook things, I take weighted measurements of the cooked foods, I portion those out. To do this, I use Chronometer. It's an app that lets me track my calories, make meals, and check my daily, weekly, or even monthly nutritional balance. So I can keep track of what I'm eating, how I'm balancing out my nutrition, making sure I'm not falling behind on things, making sure everything is kept to the right balance that I need. So I find it does help me. It considerably does keep me on track. If I'm seeing what I'm having, realizing, all right, well, maybe for the last couple of days, I have had foods that are quite low in vitamin A. I need to increase in vitamin A coming into this day and continue on there. I can adjust and I can make suitable changes to my diet. But I know that for some people, the idea of tracking calories, it's a big deal. It can really stress them out. I do understand that. I mean, everyone's different, but for me, it is what works. So, tell me, what's your method of identifying when you're meeting your dietary requirements? Do you track calories and nutrients like I do? Or do you judge by your feel? Do you have regular blood work? What works and what doesn't work for you? Please comment down below. Let me know. I'd really be interested in seeing how you guys take care of yourselves. Alright, so I got back my focus on eating right for me. The weight started to move again. In the second half of the month, I continued to make the progress that I was wanting to see. Yeah, fine. I did cut off that snacking. That probably helped a lot. I focused on my eating window. That helped out a lot. But I was making the progress that I was seeing before. Then, as of the 1st of May, I'm down to 106.6. Now, that's a loss of 5.9 kilos. That might sound fast in a month. I mean, some people it is, some people it's not. But I'll be honest, I'm probably going to assume some of that was water. Having lost water weight, given the fact that I did reduce my carb intake, and that's quite a common thing. You lose water retention in your muscles when you don't have the carbs and to really kind of refuel that. So I'd probably estimate maybe 2 kilos of that might be water weight. So let's just say more, I lost 3.9 kilos of proper weight loss. I'm happy with that. 4 kilos a month. Fine, it might have balanced out into more of the 2 weeks, but again, I'm still over 100 kilos. A bit of rapid weight loss kind of does happen sometimes. My diet has had its ups and downs, but at least my workouts were consistent, right? No, not even close. It wasn't a great month in its entirety. But let me explain. So, I'm in Australia. I have 3 kids. We had school holidays. That's 2 weeks where the kids were home, and I'm a stay at home dad. So, I may have made it to the gym once. I might have even done 2 decent home workouts during that time. After all, I was using that time to spend time with the kids, activities, or helping my wife when she had her rougher days when it comes to her bipolar. It's not always easy, but I can't complain. They're my family. I love them, and I would do anything for them. And if that means taking some time off focusing so intently on my fitness, just so I can help them, then so be it. But the trick is to not stop entirely. So if you're not going to the gym, you're thinking, what would I do? And that's simple. I kept up some activity. I mean, it could be something simple as walking extra distance. I mean, I'd go to the shops, I'd park further away from the entrance. That way, my walking was adding. I was adding to my steps, I was adding to my daily activity. I would do squats or push ups around the house just between things when I needed a moment or if I had the time. Things just to keep the muscles going, keep things. I would pick up the kids, I'd move with them, I would basically be turning my kids into weights while we played. I mean, is it perfect? No. Did it hit all my targets and intentions? Definitely not. But that's okay. In times when it's hard to stick to the entirety, fall back to a minimum standard. And by keeping up with at least some activity, I'm not going to feel like it was all for nothing. It still gives me something to come back from. It still helps me hold motivation to get back to the gym. Alright, let me ask you, what's your go-to way to add activity to your day-to-day? Comment, let us know what you do. Be it parking further out so you can add steps, or maybe you like to do lunges when you walk down your hallway. Maybe your idea could inspire somebody else to get more activity into their life. Or maybe you can give me a new way that I can keep adding additional movement into mine. I'm always looking for new and exciting ways. Alright, so maybe for me, I wouldn't let a couple weeks of not making it to them truly stop me. After all, I've had this happen before. I mean, I've done school holidays, I've done injuries, you name it. And as I said, I know to keep going on with a minimum level of activity. And making sure my activity is regular physical training, even small things, be it push ups, squats, using my children to do overhead presses. I mean, whatever I can when I can to make it work. So I guess I basically spent a month without a proper workout. And alright, I haven't been back to the gym before April ended. But for me, that's a different story. I'm already back into doing some exercise. And I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm going to get back into my heavy compounds. And maybe even start adding a bit more cardio. Alright, so if you've made it here, give this video a like and tell YouTube. Share it with more people. It really does help go a long way. So, my month that has been a tricky one. It's not perfect, but not horrible. I had setbacks. I had wins. For me, the month was a positive. If not easy, at least I was able to keep going and keep moving towards my goal. When it comes to goals that are long term, you need to look at the big picture. See how your day to day habits help you track. For me, even with multiple weeks of showing no progress, my weight over a month shows me that I have moved in the right track, that I am achieving what I want to reach. So don't let the momentary setbacks stop you. And if you have something that has worked for you historically, especially when it comes to fitness and weight loss, don't throw in the towel at the first hurdle. Stick with it. You will see your progress come back. These slumps, these pauses, they are normal. If this content, my journey, my lessons, my successes, my hardships, has something you're wanting to hear more of, then follow this channel and check out some of my other videos. Maybe some of what I said will help you, and maybe something I'll do in the future will really inspire you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my month that was. Until next time. See ya.